bringing in calm using your out breaths to just release any words that have caused blocks, any negative thoughts that have caused blockage in communication, and just allowing it to be released. Just allowing your throat to be fully balanced. Breathing and anchoring that energy in right down to your earth chakra. Feel free to fully allow expression to come through. Humming is a really great place to start. Even, there we go, loosening up and clearing your throat. If you connect with your higher self, I can even see light codes and light language flashing before my eyes right now. You may see colors, you may see symbols, you may start to hear words. They may be in your earth language or even heavenly language, just allowing yourself to connect. Just allowing your heart to create and maintain that connection to your anchoring and your grounding. Just allowing symbols and images to come. Allowing your heart to fully connect with your song. You are the song. Freely just allowing words to download or upload, come through you. And they don't have to be shared aloud. Just believing in your heart that you'll receive. Couple of nice deep breaths, anchoring all of the energy into the earth and allowing yourself to just connect with your higher self in this frequency. Just allowing benevolent energies to come through and surround us here and make their presence felt. Take a couple of nice deep breaths, just feeling the energy clearing your channel all the way down from your crown to your feet. Just sending love and gratitude and thanks for this beautiful moment. Being fully grounded, heart-centered, and connected to our cosmic heritage. So thankful. Just allowing your breath to anchor in this moment. Clearing that throat. How beautiful is that?
Oh, wow, I feel that same connection. So beautiful. All those beautiful beings present with us.
Yeah. And that sun was just actually really infusing light all the way down. Are you good?
Yeah.
Glass of water there. Do you mind if I just check into your throat? I'll just say, this is one of the beautiful tools I just love to work with. Just let's see, your throat chakra is blocked.
I feel so grateful because these guys have been with me my whole life and never felt so alone, and it feels so silly to have felt so alone at points because they've never left me. I've never not been with them.
I know. For centuries, girlfriend. Centuries.
My family. Oh, I nearly knocked your water.
Wow. And it's good for you to voice that. Honestly, it is good for you to recognize that. Because a lot of us do live like we are so alone. And even I love this beautiful tool, oh my gosh, because the frequency that it puts out, it allows me to hear that people are not alone. And through sound, this is the one thing that these tools have taught me. It's so powerful. It's allowed me to see that I'm not alone, but it's also allowed me to see when there are other energies around and to really teach me and tune in to, where that person's soul is from will make a difference to the connections that they have around them. And even connecting with loved ones that have passed, even facilitating, words that were unspoken is just a beautiful and sovereign thing. It's just amazing. And, honestly, when I even started this, I had no idea that my ideal clients were not going to be off this earthly plane. And as absurd as that sounds, it's just unfolding in such a beautiful journey. I'm just so thankful that I've been chosen to facilitate messages coming through for people. And yeah, seeing freedom actually not only for souls on this earthly plane, but for souls that are stuck. It's just such a beautiful thing.
And how that occurs. So just to share with anybody watching this, we had an incident yesterday. This is lovely Christine from Nature's Real Beauty. Is that what you call your business?
Yes.
And I'm Vanessa, and we had a session yesterday after a beautiful Healers Weekend here at Gungara Gardens in Stanthorpe. And afterwards I was drawn to sit with Christine. She did this amazing bowl session for us all on the lawn, 14 of us here. And afterwards I was really called to sit with you and then to...
You were actually drawn to
about
this
beautiful pyramid, which Christine was telling me a little bit about the pyramid. Like she was just saying how it's really creates, like it picks up on all these other frequencies and it changes depending on where you place it on people or who's around, etc., and the frequency of the person. And so being drawn to that, my two other healers here, Shane and Fee, came down and we played this over me as a sample of how it's going to work. And next thing we know, this beautiful lady that I have a history with was on the other side. She was actually killed with my sister, and she came through and we actually did this spontaneous session that turned into really freeing her from a place she was trapped in. wherever she is beyond the veil or the other side.
Yeah.
So it kind of freed her from that place. And
it allowed her to communicate too through the frequencies, which is something that was so amazing. It actually supported you making that connection. And the really, really important thing in those experiences, was the grounding. And I know we'd spoken about this before. All of these things are really beautiful, and I see at lots and lots of places people using crystal balls, but they're not feeling grounded. And even like spiritual festivals, people are walking around, they're getting activated, but they're not grounded. And it's super important to ground it, because it was almost, your whole body looked like you were almost birthing something while that person was trying to come through with those messages. And just like in that process, being grounded was so important, because if it wasn't, you might have gone home thinking, oh, I have a migraine, I can't even think, oh, I feel sick to my stomach, but not understanding that it was that connection trying to come through and being made. So it's super important for our vessel to be connected to the earth, to allow the energies are really, really powerful.
Well, it was very intense, and actually the grounding was super important, because at one point I felt as if I was really being drawn to, it's like almost she was clinging to me, and it was almost like I was being drawn to where she was, and it was very cold and it was very dark, not in a dark in a colour sense as in nighttime dark, but dark as in a kind of an energy way, and quite heavy and intense, and it was almost like she was clinging to me. I felt like I was being pulled towards where she was, and then feeling you guys all grounding me and feeling you earthing me, and the animals actually came in and lied across my legs, and so they helped earth me and ground me as well.
That was amazing.
And it was because of that she was able to then come through to here, and we were able to free her from wherever she was, and create that kind of freedom for her. So she is a lot lighter. She's visited you last night and me, and she's in a lot better place, and she's a lot lighter, and she can now go on and journey to wherever she needs to go to continue her journey, to continue her healing. So I feel really great about it. And the synchronicity in that is that my sister had come to me, and they were both killed at the same time. They had a very strong link. Obviously they were best mates in life, and they had obviously something after, but they must have, and I've known this for a while, went to different places on the other side, because souls continue to journey and move through their existence. And so my sister was in a very much different place than her, and so she'd come to me a couple of weeks ago, if it was even that long, in a dream, and she'd given me a message, and there was this message about this South African, I did misinterpret the message at the time, but about this South African person or being, and then of course Christine decides at the last minute to come to this retreat
like a day before,
and to bring this beautiful pyramid, which she'd been gifted a week
back.
And so then she comes, and then this all happens, and we just flow with this and allow Spirit to guide us, and then boom, this is what happens. So I felt really in the early hours of this morning that my sister had somehow played a part in initiating all this to occur, because it was going to help her friend in a way that she couldn't do that alone from where she was on the other side. So there was that beauty.
There's a story in it for you too, that you had a story that you need to tell, and so, you know, activating your throat chakra for things that have been blocked. I feel like this is just the beginning of this story, and it's going to flow for you.
And she's been telling me that for a while, actually, my sister has. I'm a storyteller, apparently, so I have to tell this story. So I'm working on it, let's say. But so
that was a groundbreaking experience for you to anchor it into this plane.
I know, and actually talking about that, that's something I wanted to ask you, actually, because it's something that I've noticed with a lot of spiritual beings or healers or people who are guides and working with spirit, with frequency, with energy, that anchoring, it's a big thing at the moment. We're at this point, we really need to anchor that energy, especially us starseeds, and that we're getting this beautiful energy, but we need to really anchor it in our bodies. We need to anchor it into the earth. It's part of this transformation that's happening.
Beautiful. Yes, he's confirming that. He's
very
grounded being here.
Ground me yesterday.
Yes, he is really great. And it is super important. I, through this experience, well, the last 10 or 15 years even, I continue to fall, roll my ankle. I rolled my ankle. I could hardly even walk for about 18 months, and it's continually stifling my progress and my spiritual evolution. I would think, yes, I'm just, now I've got my modality. I'm going to start. I'm ready. And then I would pull my hip out, and then I actually had a natal chart reading that said in my chart, it's showing that I really need to be grounded, because the energies that I'm going to be working with, if I don't ground myself, I will continue to fall and I will continue to have physical injuries. So it is my soul showing me that my body needs to be fully anchored. I love breath work. So there's many ways that you can ground yourself. We just actually grounded ourselves literally on the ground, but then even pulling in your breath, your intention is super, super powerful. So there's no really reason for us not to be grounded. We spend our lives a lot in shoes. So even just taking your shoes off, even setting your intention to be grounded, drawing that energy, activated your heart space, and you can use your hands to then push that energy down.
And connecting with the earth too. It's an important thing I've found too, especially wanting to always be off into the stars. It's connecting into the earth and really getting into my body and into the connecting to the earth energy, her energy.
Yeah.
I say her, them.
Yeah.
Themselves, that entity, and being able to connect in with that.
This is creating safety too, because if we want to explore all of these energies, but we've still got fractured parts and we're not grounded and we want to escape. So I do feel like astral, traveling is amazing and great, free travel, but what is the point and the reason if you're not grounded, or you can be injuring yourself in the physical realm, or you're not going to actually be able to bring back, like I don't know if you saw it, but I saw beautiful light codes, and I've never seen the light codes being written like that before. So I easily get light language, but I need to go now and write them down and journal it and bring it down, and then meditate on it. And those light codes are activations for me. I don't really need to understand it always, but what is the use of having these experiences if it can't be translated into the here and now? Because I feel like that is where the real magic happens, just like that opportunity that we got yesterday. If we were not grounded, none of that would have happened. And I even feel for your family, that other person's family, it just will change a lot of their lineage for generations to come. So bringing it in. It's not just like, I'll go to this event, I'll get that activated, I learned this. And I am really guilty of this, going and learning this, learning that, and then never really doing anything. And that just shows not groundedness. So,
and plus there's a thing, a kind of an act of service called to really kind of share and to connect and to trust that through that is going to come. And these sort of moments, like what happened spontaneously yesterday, seem to happen, but you have to trust yourself to be guided to that place in the first place. Like you had to trust yourself to come through, to hear whether you knew why or not. And yesterday I really had to trust myself in sitting in this place with you at the end of the day when people were leaving and stuff, and I really felt this call to sit with you and to connect with you. And then all of this happened, and even these lovely ladies, when they heard the pyramid and they just instantly were called to come down here. None of us really realised what was about to happen, but it all happened, organically, because we trusted ourselves and we trusted that guidance that we had. And that's partly too probably because we had this beautiful sound session with you beforehand, so we were all very in a high frequency place. And also quite grounded as well.
And the whole day, like the whole day intertwine it. And I'm glad you spoke about trust, because a lot of us do not trust our intuition. We do not look for that guidance first. We are going here, there, everywhere, just trying to pick up the pieces. And it is picking up the pieces. It's bringing those fragmented parts of our soul back to us. It's actually like bringing puzzle pieces of remembrance, because I don't roll with we're broken and we're looking for those fractured pieces. It is because our attention has almost been like here, there, there's so much. But that beautiful moment of bringing all of those elements together We thought we were going to do a demonstration of a tool that was maybe for purchase from a business, but no. We do all of this. The
Yes.
universe has a whole other plan.
Yeah.
And I just rest in the fact, when I first got called to do this, I told you yesterday, I was pressure washing a house for money, as I had done for the last decade. And then I did hear the call, the universe saying, your ideal client is not on this earthly plane. And my first thought was, how am I going to get paid? And then the second thought was like, the universe is going to have my back and have that all organized. So there's a lot of coming back to trusting and resting in that.
Mm-hmm.
That is a real root chakra thing. That you don't have to work and toil for that I could just have that lavish moment of all that beautiful time and that golden experience, so rich. And just allowing that to unfold. So it's trusting in the timing, trusting in the moment, trusting in the place, trusting the universe has got my back. I just feel so rested, and that's grounding too. Trust is in the root chakra. If we don't ground, we build things on no foundation, and it will just get washed away in a whim. And
Yes.
I'm pretty sure a lot of us in these circles have built things and we've lost, and we can't make sense of it. But it is, this new era is just coming back to that grounded place of trust. And I'm excited. It's going to be so beautiful.
I am too. It's trust and surrender. And actually, as I was sort of saying yesterday, surrendering to your higher self or your soul, or being in that place of alignment and trusting and surrendering in that. It's a lot easier said than done. Walking the walk of it takes a lot of in the moment remembering that no matter what it might look like right now on the surface, everything's actually working to my highest good.
Yeah.
And everything's actually for a reason that's maybe doesn't make sense right now.
Yeah.
And so not getting lost in those moments of fear or uncertainty or insanity with what might be happening, but instead trusting that it's all playing some bigger picture role, and that's gonna, I don't have to freak out right now. I just have to breathe through this and ground, or whatever your method of grounding and staying within and in alignment is, and then trusting the outcome's going to be whatever it needed to be.
And there's so many offerings out there too. If you go to places, have that be your guide, that you do feel the peace, you do feel totally centered and aligned. Today, we used the ground and our intention and our breath for grounding. That was our instrument today for grounding. The sun bringing in the energy through our solar plexus, just being out in the air, throat chakra, third eye opening.
We used some oils.
Yes, we use some essential oils and intuitively
smells.
putting them there. Yes, just even, activating your heart chakra and being open and soft. This is like really the gateway and the portal to the grounding and the going up to cosmic elements and entities and experiences. Having an open heart and having balance. Otherwise, all of these things will just cause a lot more anxiety. So for example, if you go on a lot of journeying without being grounded, then you definitely are leaving yourself vulnerable for anxiety and fear to creep in. So it is really important to have that centering, to have your protection, knowing that you can call on benevolent beings to have your back. They are present. You can see them. I hear them all the time, and when I say to people, that you have like angels around you, right? And they're like, what? I feel so broken and I feel so lost. And I'm like, but you have this beautiful heart frequency that, angelic souls have. Connect with it. So even when I do a sound bath, I will take time to tap people and say, can you actually hear that? Or you have an ancestor that's your guide and they're on your left-hand side and they're sort of at this position. And once you point it out, they can feel it and connect. They had some inkling, but they didn't trust it.
It's hard to trust your spidey sense, especially when you're not used to it too.
Yeah,
So you really help do that, and there's a lot of healing I'm sure you do in all different areas depending what the person needs, and you just attune into that.
Yeah.
So we're talking about frequency, and frequency, how do you see frequency? Like, what do you see? So I've got this thing about elevating you frequency, you as frequency.
Yeah.
How do you see
Well,
frequency?
everything is energy, and I was new to this concept, probably only like the last 3.5 years, realizing even like our phones are full of frequencies and things are changing, our TV's giving off frequency. At first my mind, I found it really difficult to see, you know, the wooden chair has a frequency, and actually it's all frequency of light, and source is pure light and pure love, and the light actually reflects all of the colors through the densities, and I found it really difficult to grasp in the beginning, but in terms of sound has actually really helped me to see. Learning, I looked at the chakra system to help me see, root chakra is 174 hertz. So if I'm vibrating at 70 hertz, you know, then I'm adding 174 hertz. But then if I want to fully find my voice and activate my throat, then I have to come up at that's 639 hertz. So we also are kind of like this, if you think of your body like this vessel, and when you start to be open to sensing that energy flowing in and out, it's filling up. That if that's your vessel, then you can fill that with frequency, right? Think of frequency then like water. And spirit is rarely likened to water, so it will flow and it will fill. So we could do 3 words of this, and our heart frequency will come into resonance and be attuned to its perfect frequency. Means then we can soften and open and allow ourselves to surrender. And even as I do that now, I can feel that heart frequency. But if we give out all the time, we're not grounded, well, doing, this makes us feel safe, this makes us feel connected, I'm going to give out, I'm going to be, can I serve you, and you know, or we're giving out to children and that all the time, then your heart chakra will be totally depleted. Then you'll feel alone, like that experience that you said, I'm so alone, but I was actually in company, but I feel depleted and I'm so tired. And so you'll be giving out of that frequency. So, you know, we can go up to higher dimensions, which are really high frequency. So if you think of the angelic realm, I think it's 1,074 hertz. You need to get up to that level. But even using crystal balls, you can't. You cannot if you're not grounded. So the more grounded and the more connected and the more heart-centered you are and the more authentic, it's almost like being able to go up to these levels. You can't stay there for long.
Or if you've got blockages, so you can move people's blockages with sound as well.
Yes.
Yeah.
We have everybody coming here for the fair now, which is great. We'll get to experience a lot more. And we can have this conversation another time too. It would be really interesting to take people on a journey to see maybe where their blocks are. So that using sound is very powerful, but essential oils is too, and even your own voice. I showed you that after the sound bath yesterday, that you can even just use your voice to literally unblock, saying, I am grounded, I am safe, I am creative. You know, I am that I am. This is your solar plexus energy. I am empowered. I am loved. You know, my heart is open. I am loved. I communicate my authentic truth with grace and ease. I am free in my throat chakra. We need a lot of freedom in our throat chakra. I see. I am connected. So yeah, you can use your voice is the most powerful instrument to tune back your frequency, and it's just filling up your vessel and then continue to balance it, because you're an instrument, you're a symphony of cells, you are pure frequency, you are light. And when we go into the world, it's like your fiddle gets played, you get played like a fiddle, really. And fiddles go out of tune very quickly. every time you want to play it, you will have to retune it. And we need to do the same with our bodies, tuning it into, look at this environment that we're at, you know, the frequency of the bees and the flowers and the earth beneath us.
And that's why we do things too, like this lovely retreat that's on now, where people get to come and demonstrate their different skills or techniques or their ways of grounding or elevating frequency.
Yeah. They're all tuning back our instruments with their different modalities.
And so I'd love to talk to you more, although I'm thinking that there's people arriving. We're going to start the day again today with a lovely family constellation session, and we're going to do we did some shamanic stuff yesterday, some essential oils, some forest breathing. Today we're doing some dance and some quantum flow and movement, as well as probably with the bowls as the closing equinox. It's the spring equinox, so we've got a lot of beautiful elevated energy stuff happening today. Transformation.
Time for planting seeds. Planting your seeds of intention will be the most powerful way to bring your frequency and that back into balance. Letting go of things, you know, that don't need to be in that soil, in that environment, that your life, you are the captain of that, you know, pot. What are you going to plant in it intentionally today? It's super powerful.
It is. And so thank you, Christine. So I'd like to ask you more about what you do in your business. I suppose I'll put the link below for Christine's webpage and her business so you can go and find out more about it. And perhaps we'll do another interview with her another time, because she has an amazing story of how she got to where she is today and how she does this beautiful work. And she's done some amazing work with people over the years that's just really, I'd love for you to be able to share that with others at some point. So we'll organise that for another day. But thank you so much for joining me today for my Quantum Frequency Initiative. So talking with beautiful healers and spiritual guides and people that are really elevating the frequency for ourselves, for each other, and for our planet, for our world that we're co-creating together.
Yes, thank you so much.
Thank you
Have a
so
new
much.
soul sister.
Yes, I know. Thank you.
Bella Starcy.
And thank you for joining us, everybody.
Yeah, thank you, everyone.